This is the new pen light from Wuben, the PL01. I'm very excited to check this out. It's been too long since we've had a Wuben product on the channel, and I just glanced at the back of the box before hitting record, and I'm super excited because this has a battery I've never had before, a 10880. So I think it's like a double stacked 10440 basically, so a longer cell about the size of two AAA batteries stacked on top of each other. So I'm very curious to see what that's actually like, what it looks like. And then yeah, here's some specs. Looks like it's IPX8 waterproof, impact resistant to 2 meters. And yeah, I've got 3000 candela max, 110 meters of throw. And then you've got a moonlight mode of 1 lumen. That's awesome. I think that's the same as the E19. They got a moonlight mode on that too, if my memory serves me. 50 lumen low mode, 150 lumen medium, and a 600 lumen high mode. So that's quite a bit of output from this size of flashlight. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what that's all like. The beam shots as well, of course. So without further ado, let me get this thing open. This knife, by the way, is a CRKT CEO, the compact version. Manual right here. I'm hoping the operation is similar to the E19. Yeah, it looks like it is. We'll mess around with that in a moment. Let's look at the flashlight itself. Okay, yeah, seems to be about the same size. We'll compare it with the E19 here in a moment. Let's see, okay, battery, insulation, little notice to remove that. Good looking flashlight, first impression. The switch on this already feels way better than the E19 switch. This is just a plastic switch and there's some wiggle to it. I don't know if you can see that. Not a deal breaker, but it kind of bugged me a little bit. This switch seems a lot nicer. It's rubberized and there's really no play to it. And it's nice and clicky too. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm gonna hold to the mic. Nice switch, much better on this one. Yeah, let's get the insulating tab out of here. I really want to see this battery. So there's that connection blocking tab. Oh, it looks like I pull this. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, so cool. I've never seen a battery like this before. I know that these have been around. I've just never gotten my hands on one before. What? That is wild. So yeah, this is cool. You can use, I'm gonna look in the manual, but you might be able to use 2 AAAs in this flashlight as well if you want to. But this is a super cool battery. So it's a lithium ion battery, I'm pretty sure. Yep, lithium ion. Yeah, nominal voltage of 3.7, 600 milliamp hour capacity. And then you just charge it here via USB Type-C. So yeah, I'm gonna have to charge this up. I doubt it's on a full state of charge right now. Look at the, where did I put the tail cap? Right here. Oh, nice. The switch was on. That is a lot of output. Holy moly. And I'm gonna compare the light tone real quick here. E19's on the left. This feels very good in the hand. Build quality's high. I like the look of it. I like the look of it better than the E19, and I really liked how the E19 looked. Let's do a little side by side. It's also shorter too, which is a good thing. Very cool. The clip appears to be better on the PL01. This clip is pretty flimsy. Didn't love that. And then yeah, a lot sticks out of your pocket here. This one is a little bit better. Still a fair amount sticking above pocket line with this, but very cool. You know, and with a longer light like this, that's not a bad thing necessarily, because some pockets aren't that deep. So it really doesn't matter if you put the clip up here in most cases with these super long pen lights. But yeah, first impressions are very high of this thing. Okay, before we get the beam shots, I want to have a fully charged battery. Just wanted to show you the charging indicator right here. So it does have a red light. I assume that turns green when fully charged. And the cable goes in kind of at, I don't know if you can see that angle. If you just look at the port, you might think it goes in straight through, but it's kind of offset a little bit. So I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah, the lanyard looks very nice. It's actually got a cinch on it. And then a relatively short USB Type-C to A cable. And then our O-rings are way in the bottom here. Okay, gonna have to do this the hard way. Yeah, here's our spare O-rings. Okay, beam profile. We got the E19 on the left and the PL01 on the right. Big difference in the beam here. So you have more of like a spot beam or focus beam with the E19. Nice, even, broad light for this PL01. All right, we got a 1 lumen moonlight mode here. In pitch darkness, it's actually more light than you'd expect. Jumping up to 50 lumen low mode. (150 lumen medium mode). And 650 lumen high mode. This light, by the way, the price point right now at the time of recording, I believe it's like $28.40 something. It's around $30, but they're running a 30% off coupon right now on Amazon. So it brings it down to around 20 bucks at the time of recording. 20 bucks for this type of light, I think it represents pretty good value, especially considering that unique battery that it comes with. So yeah, plenty of light here. I think my favorite mode is this 1 lumen mode. Pretty great. So we were just on the high output, and I did notice a bit of heat near the bezel here. You know, there's not a ton of aluminum for that heat to dissipate off of. You know, I'm holding it and applying pressure. It's warm, on the border of warm and hot. So yeah, if you run it for any longer than we just did here, about a minute and a half, maybe a minute on, after a minute on the high setting, it can start to get really warm here toward the bezel or front of the flashlight. Back here toward the tail, it's cool to the touch, gets warm, and then I'd call it, you know, warm to hot up at the bezel there. So decent heat management from a flashlight of this size. Pretty neat. I always forget to self-promote, so here it goes. Please like the video, it helps me out a lot, and subscribe if you're not already and enjoy this type of content. You also don't want to miss this. This also came from Wuben and will appear featured on the channel very soon. A brand new model from them, the L3. And take a look at this giant 21700 flashlight really soon too. But back to the feature presentation. A few final thoughts before we wrap up the video. These are my personal opinions about this flashlight. No opinion is fully agreed upon, so feel free to disagree, but basically I like how this thing looks. It looks as it should, in my opinion. It's a nice looking tool. They didn't do anything too crazy with the design. Nice and sleek, but interesting enough. It's not totally the same diameter all the way across, like the styling. It does have some milling where you need it on the tail switch, up here near the head. This thing does get a little bit warm on its max output, and there's a little warning here to that effect, but that comes at the expense. I mean, that comes with the territory of the brightness. The battery is very cool. I like that. And you know what? I actually haven't tried 2 AA batteries in this yet, and we need to do that. It would make sense to me that it would be. So we've got a nominal voltage of 3.7 here. When you stack batteries like this, you double the voltage. So we've got 1.5 volt alkaline batteries here. So stacked, that's going to be a voltage total of 3, which should be fine. I imagine it's fine. I'm actually surprised I didn't see that advertised on the packaging, like if it's dual fuel or not. I could not find that information. Hope I literally didn't just miss it, but yeah, no, I don't think it's on here. And I also checked the manual and I didn't see it in there either, but yeah, let's just give it a go. I imagine this will work. Yeah. Wuben, I would advertise that because that's a cool feature to have. Looks like we still, I don't know, is that moon? Yeah, I think that's moon. And then this should be low, medium. Okay, so it looks like we might just get 3 modes instead of 4. So it might have cut out moon. So we have low, medium, and high here, back down to low. But it does take AAAs, according to me. I don't know if it officially does. I don't anticipate any safety issues here. Yeah, once again, I was looking for the information in the manual. Could not find it. I like it. That's all I'm really trying to say. It's a good AAA Penlight. This battery is really unique. I like it. I'm happy to have one of these in my collection. I was kind of wondering what these are like. The clip is way better than the E19, in my opinion. And the switch is also way better. So this, I never liked the switch. Too wiggly and just plastic. Didn't feel very good. This rubber switch is great. There's not a lot of, it doesn't travel before it only travels maybe like a millimeter or 2 before you get the actual spring. and the switch. So that's pretty good. And it feels a lot better and it doesn't wiggle as much. So good switch here. Many improvements on the Penlight form factor and the AAA size from Wuben. Well done to them. Yeah, like I said, stay tuned for the video on this monster here, 3000 lumen L3. So we're gonna take a look at this pretty soon on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions about this thing. I try to get to them quick. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care. God bless you. Bye.